it is like a 4 year journey. It doesn't necessarily start with like heavy competition as you become like a junior or senior. It's kind of throughout the whole high school experience. But because of that, it's not very cutthroat, I would say. People aren't really at each other's backs here. It's a fairly small school, so we know each other well and we're friends with each other. So the realization of it probably hit at the beginning of junior year when the class actually began to be ranked. So I received that rank when I was a junior, and then it just got updated a couple more times and finalized a couple months ago. So it is work. We have like weighted classes here, so you can't just take the easy classes and then just get A's in those. So I'm doing like the full IB program, which, if you're familiar, it's sort of like an AP program where you have to take certain AP classes, but you need extra requirements like a summative project, a research paper, and then small research papers for all of your classes, and so on. So it's it wasn't easy, but again, I think it was manageable. I I feel like it's probably been a goal for me for a while. In middle school, I remember hearing about it once. I think it was like in like seventh grade, Mrs. Hayden's class in math class. Um, someone just mentioned that like a valedictorian of Notre Dame this year was from my middle school. So I began to realize like, yeah, it's something that I could do. But it was never really like just like a huge goal for me. It was just like, you know, um, perform well academically and see what comes from that. So no, I don't think I really like ever like turned on the burners or anything like that. I just kind of kept going.
You did achieve quite a bit academically. Did you have extracurricular in there as well?
Yep. I played varsity tennis. I did student government. I was the president of our Senate board. I did the math team. I was the captain of that. Um, and then some other groups like volunteer service groups, and then the volunteer hours for that. Um, National Honor Society, so you have to have like a tutoring requirement to tutor other students. And as far as advice for for if you want to be a valedictorian, I wouldn't so much say that you should like focus on having it as a goal. Um, More so just like have like a general idea getting of having academic success and wanting to achieve that. If you're just looking for like a position for the sake of the position, the motivation might not come through every day because you need like a strong support system and friends and family if you're going to be, studying every night. And I think just the concept of um, uh, being first or some sort of title isn't necessarily enough. I mean, I've naturally done pretty well, but it's not like I never studied. I I've had to do more as my classes got more difficult as I spent more time in high school. Because like as a freshman, there aren't really many like honors courses, and as a sophomore, there's still a lot of requirements that you have to get out of the way. So freshman and sophomore year really weren't much of a difficulty in finding ways to study, but for sure for like um, advanced placement for like chemistry and so on and math and physics, you have to review outside of school. I've been accepted to Columbia University in the city of New York, so that will be my next stop. I'll attend there for 4 years probably, and study physics is the plan. With physics, I'm hoping to be like a physics professor, but I'm not exactly sure. Columbia was actually my second choice. My first choice was MIT, but I didn't get into MIT. It can be overlooked for like a lot of college search processes because it's so obvious, but just the people that are at the campus is really like the main factor in what distinguishes colleges from each other. So I was looking just at like the professors there, the community feeling from the other students, and I just felt like I'd really fit in there. Um, and the professors obviously are very noteworthy and very willing to like help you progress, especially in a major like physics, which would be helpful. If I had to give my senior class a message, it would be have fun. I wish them well, and don't forget to smell the roses.